would have been good. You could block the projectiles of Rise too. Anyway, enough with that cell. Hostile takeover.
They got the
see if that's big.
For Braum
Yeah, I had the shill. We'll see if it's big. I will say the neutral objective on the map, which FPX and Shadow, just where they're at, can't contest. So nice pickup. I like the rotation out of JDG a lot.
So now they're going to look for a play here, but Shadow's trying to match onto Ala. However, he flashes away and joins the rest of his team. It's now a 4v2 that is opened up for JDG, and they certainly are in favor of a situation like that. Looks like Shear's going to try to just leave Shadow out to dry, going to try to find maybe a little bit more damage or maybe burn a summoner spell on somebody, but it's not going to happen. First blood goes over to JD Gaming. It is Shun to pick up the lane.
Like at the moment, just how... Oh, yep, we're going to make a cross-map play. Alva, no flash.
We'll see if round 2 works any better. Sheer does have that Conqueror fully proc.
Yep.
The Roar of the Slayer is going to slow him down a little bit, but it's going to result in Shadow picking up the kill. So they do get eventually what they came for, but it's going to come at the cost of the Grubs going over to Shun.
Of course, if he does go into melee range, the Galio can always get stuck. That really isn't a world they want to be in. They want to let Rise get to those 2 items being completed, right? So I think the trade very appropriate here. So JDG, the win out on the map, but hey, at least Alwa's flash was punished.
2. If we're looking more to a micro sense, as he's on the Defiri, already has a kill, already has that Eclipse in his inventory. They're going to try to start up and complete their second dragon of the game. Now let's see if FPX has anything to try to contest. Jway and Awesome are here. Fate's Call has come out. They're going to try to knock up the Nautilus, but it is buffered by the Dredge line, and that means that the rest of the response is in. Awesome's very low. Shun's going to dash on top of him and take the Misfortune down, and Ala, all the way from the top side of the map, will secure the Feats of Warfare and force Care to use that Realm Warp to escape. Dragon going over to JDG.
But how many positive interactions does JDG have into you when playing into a Pantheon? I think it's something that he's going to really struggle with throughout this game.
Yeah, I mean, he got put behind pretty hard even from level 1 and has looked for opportunities in various side lanes with his solo laners, but there's just not enough damage just yet to especially take down the beefy solo laners on JDG's side at this point in time. The Thunder Sky will help, but not nearly enough against already double Hollow Radiances that have picked by both Ala and Scout, and that means they're pretty unkillable on these side lanes. And that has given a lot of time and a lot of space for Shun to work in the enemy jungle and also, of course, on those neutral objectives. That's now 4 for 4.
I mean, Kair's at least able to get bot prio before this dragon spawns, as Sheer is going to make his way up to catch this top lane that Alva's about to put away. So, we'll say it's kind of a late reset coming out from JD Gaming, and frankly, a couple tools burned they won't have for a potential dragon fight. I think FPX, again, there's a real world where maybe they could start that objective, but instead, I mean, mid-wave killed and Rift Herald dropped, and FPX is here for the defense.
Another important note, not great at taking the dragon, but they're enough to take down Missing. That's a great hook from Jway. We'll find the first casualty here for FPX, as the Scion for Ala just runs all the way through the lane. Jway flash Dredge line will force Shun to pop being a target a little early. So a 5v4 is open up for the map. No Missing for the next 15 seconds. And FPX want to continue to look for this play. However, Jway could be caught out. He gets taunted up by Scout, but there's not enough damage just yet. But Shun with a fadeaway Q will shut him down. But Shear's now overheated underneath the tier 1 turret. Looking to take Shun and Scout down. Realm Warp comes out. That Nefiri is now down for the count. And Shadow will land a stun to Ala. FPX find the fight that they want. A 3-for-1 will result in them heading towards the dragon.
Yeah, and it all kicks off with the conviction of the engage onto Missing. Jway lands a Dredge line, the immediate flash follow and bullet time drop. Took Renata and the hostile takeover out of the fight. Keep in mind, Fate's Call was used to skirmish before to try and find a pick that Jway was able to neutralize.
But they're going to get their health bars chunked pretty bad.
Look, I don't think things are this grim for them later on, right? Like, this is a really aggressive start, of course. 50-50s are a little bit Callista favored, and Shadow going to walk in.
Yeah, he's already pushed away, doesn't have that Aegis anymore, so it will be the Otacon most likely going over to JDG. And now Jway's cut out as well. The bullet time going to chunk all at a half, but nobody on JDG really at risk of getting taken down just yet. Fate's Call has been called in, but it will not find any knockups, as Missing will use it to retreat, and JDG get what they were looking for.
No flashes available to follow, and Shadow, that Grand Starfall is just coming off cooldown.
Be at risk of dying, but now
here,
with Jway push back, Shear's gonna have to flash away as underneath the tower, JDG go. The equalizer comes, but it's not nearly enough to take anybody down. All let the flash on out. He will survive the map with the heal of Missing, and it's now a 4v5 on the map opened up for JD Gaming.
Drop the best equalizer he could, but you can see FPX, they were on reset. Both Jway and Shadow coming out of base, and Grand Starfall just came off cooldown for Shadow. So we'll see if they're able to use... Oh, wow, they're using a Realm Warp. Okay, Pays, he's got no flash.
Oh, we're full sending it onto that flashless Kalista. The stun finally connects, but Pays is starting to glide. He's hop, skipping, and jumping all over FPX, and Scout will come in just for good measure. It's a double kill picked up for Pays as the over-aggression from FPX results in 3 of their members going down, and 2 more maybe to follow.
Oh, no.
Scout goes in for the flash 2-man taunt, showing underneath the towers. He's going to try to find the kill on Awesome, and Awesome is down. It's a kill over to the Fury, and JDG have full control once again.
Hair and Shadow play that fight way too quickly. It's almost like they thought hostile takeover was used, because if you Realm Warp into a hostile takeover, things can get ugly.
It looked like a very good opportunity for FPX to start their scaling and start to come alive. Erased in the span of just 5 minutes time.
Hair gonna secure that top outer turret for FPX. Again, more gold trying to come down. As Care with that very early Void Staff and a lot of early pen.
Can immediately teleport to his tier 1 turret mid,
Okay.
join the rest of his team. Oh, he Care! He jumps straight with the blast cone into a fully charged Q from Ala. And that is the mid laner instantly getting bursted down for FunPlus Phoenix. So JDG, they find their reward in the 5v4, and while it will cost them a couple of turrets mid, they should be able to pick up the Baron for themselves and try to put a stop to this one here. 3-man taunt will land from Scout, and now Awesome is forced to pop the bullet time a little bit early. The hostile takeover is coming, and it's going to allow for everybody on FPX to be locked up. Sheer will fall, missing, picks up the gold.
It's a
disaster. And already Baron is in the hands of JD Gaming, and it's going to come at the cost of even more. Awesome will go down, and now Jue and Shadow are on the run, but I don't know how far they'll be able to get here. Shun going to be jumping over the wall, look for the Pantheon, jumping in, but is surely to be a lost cause. He Grand Star falls on out of there, but he'll leave the Nautilus to die. FPX fall apart at the seams as JDG now have full control of this game. For Care, but also really nice setup from Ala to make sure that he was in a good position to go for that, and now Scout's going to look for more. They've already found Awesome, and Awesome is down. Pays gets the kill, and Shun's diving onto the backline as we speak. Tier 1 turret, just the second priority here as blood is on the menu. A huge hostile takeover from missing underneath the tier 2, and that might just be the game right here. It is a clean ace picked up for JD Gaming as they make quick work of FunPlus Phoenix. They march into the base, and they'll take game 1.
I mean, JD Gaming really waited for their prey this game. It was a couple of like fights they turned that created the scenario for them to find the Death Ball grapes. And what a Death Ball it was from JD Gaming as they cleaned this one up quickly. I mean, thinking too, the big mistake, right? Hair taking that Realm Warp in with Shadow, the one that Jue wasn't able to join. Going from that fight to end game that quickly, that's really well played by JD Gaming.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.